You can, if you like, spend all your money on courses and books, but in this video I will only tell you about one thing I did to deserve my life. I made, in one of my businesses, 27K this week, and I just had a client tell me yesterday morning on Instagram that he made 18K for the last 6 weeks, and we have been working together for 45 days, so almost exactly 6 weeks. And as I do most mornings, I was sitting reading some Neville, and in this video I'm going to tell you about some stuff that I think is very important to manifest your ideal reality. I've written down some notes for you, and it will be about what are you doing wrong right now. If we are always manifesting, then why the heck don't you have what you want? And Neville knows what you don't. And if you could just read this entire collection multiple times, I think you would get it. And I know that I did, because I can remember the exact date when I got it the first time. I had this incredible feeling in my body of certainty, absolute conviction. And bear in mind, I already made a lot of money at that point, but not in the way that I wanted, and not in a way that was not stressful. Let's say that. So let's just start off with some quotes, and hopefully I can put them on the screen. So, to begin with, your energy is an investment at all times. And Neville talks about this when he tells you to be very intentional with your thoughts at every given moment, because at the end of the day, you should be able to ask yourself, and I do this, am I satisfied with the way that I invested my thoughts and intention today? And what Neville means by this is that if you are actively creating your reality, but you are walking around in worry, for example, or in doubt, or in fear, is that really a good investment? Imagine it is businesses that you are looking to invest in. Would you invest in that business that you doubt? Or would you invest in that business that you fear? Or would you invest in that business that you absolutely believe? Right? And we could go on with examples like this. But every thought and every feeling and every intention you have during the day is an investment into the future you. And for me personally, I grab myself almost every day investing in the wrong thoughts. Even though I work as a coach, I work as a therapist, I do this. And even when things get stressful in the morning, when my wife is a bit too slow in the shower, or my kids are yelling, whatever it might be, right? I catch myself investing in the wrong things with my thoughts, right? And then and when you catch yourself, it's such a beautiful moment where, okay, for 5 minutes, I have invested poorly. I could have spent my time and attention and thoughts in a different way, but I didn't. So that's the first key component of what Neville talks about. And I know this to be a very important key of manifestation, because if you can just invest your time and intention towards beautiful stuff, meaningful stuff, then you will change your life. And for business people as well, you think so much about where you could invest your time in terms of your to-do list. But if you could just change that perspective and spend your time and intention on your to-be list, what do you want to be? What do you want to feel? And become that instead, then your business would not need any to-do list. All right? So that's step number 1. And step number 2 is that feeling is the key. And Neville talks a lot about this, but because he's so poetic, it is hard to translate. So what does that mean? What is feeling? And I can tell you what it is not. It's not thought. It's not action. It's not thinking about feeling. It's not imagining feeling. It's a state. And the feeling you are after is the feeling that you think you will have or know you will have when you have what you think is required for the feeling. Right? So if you just close your eyes while just watching this video or afterwards, try to relax in your body and notice that sensation you have in your body. Because to get that feeling, you won't need your head. And most people, they spend all their day in the head, worrying, thinking, planning. But you will only need your body for this. Neville also mentions this, that to get the feeling, you will need to remove thought. No thought is relevant. Find the feeling in your body right now. Are you stressed? And if you close your eyes in this video, you will notice that you are tense somewhere. In the jaw, in the shoulders, in your back, in your feet, in your hands. Something is off, right? And try to find that feeling that you have right now. And then start imagining visual scenes of you in the future where you have everything you desire. You don't need this, but you will need it to know what feeling you need. So if you already know the feeling that you can inhabit, just try, without visualizing, just try changing the feeling in your body. And you will notice how that tenseness and that stress can somehow, in a matter of seconds, become a tickling sensation maybe, or a warm sensation, or a euphoric sensation. And if you can't find this naturally, just visualize your ideal future. And know that that feeling that you can find, not the feeling that you had, but the feeling you can find, is the feeling you should try to find at all times. Because that is the internal compass of it all. And that feeling is the reflection. No thought of what you need to do, no thought of about what money you need. The universe, God, Allah, whatever you believe in, knows way more about what you need to get that feeling than you do. And that gets me on to point number 3, which is don't throw conditions on your feelings. So I used to have a lot of conditions on my feelings. First of all, I can only feel this way if. But also on my work, actually. I can only get money by doing this. I need to do like these guys do, right? I need to be in this business to make money. So I was just so strapped up in my own mind that I would not let the universe play its part. And Neville, he really goes into detail on this, and it's that you don't need these conditions. You don't need it in the feeling, and you don't need it in the visualizations. That it is okay imagining stuff, just for the sake of the endpoint. And you should always go there. And a lot of manifestation people, they like to say, okay, but there's also steps to it, and there's also, and I do this myself, but ultimately it's about really diving into, but where do you want to go emotionally? And then just let it slide, the rest of it. To say, okay, I'm just going to be in this emotion, whatever my outside world shows me, and then watch the world, like, really, in a matter of days, just change itself, just unwind to be perfect for you. It's like imagining you will get a car, right? But you insist on the delivery guy that his name is Paul or Jonathan, whatever. So you want a Ferrari, right? And this truck comes along with a Ferrari on top. And hey, what's up? And in your visualizations, you say, hey, Jonathan, what's up? Or he says, I'm Jonathan, I'm here with your Ferrari. And then this guy shows up, right? And he says, hey, I'm Mike. And you're like, hey, wait a second. Would you please just continue? I'm not looking for a Ferrari from a guy named Mike, that's for sure. Right? Yeah. I'm really making a point so you can see how stupid that is. Don't put conditions on it. Because I know from my own journey that if you try to put conditions on it, you will limit yourself, and that the universe always knows the path of least resistance. And that path is so incredibly funny, and you will learn to enjoy the journey. The journey will be just unpredictable. It will be a neighbor or a cousin or weird stuff happening where you'll be like, what did I just encounter? How did I get this? And imagine that you are visualizing driving in a Ferrari and just feeling very good, and then all of a sudden you get an even greater car, right? So that condition, remove it. Find the feeling of what you want. So you can imagine stuff, it's not important, but you can imagine stuff, a house, a car, but you don't have to go into detail if you can find the feeling without the detail. So I would much rather have you notice the sensations, or notice the surroundings, or notice the people that is involved. Whatever you need to do to instill that emotion. So it does not matter if the Ferrari is red or white, you can do that, but do what Neville tells you to do instead. Imagine calling a friend, showing your dad, showing your mom, being proud of yourself. Imagine whatever. Imagine just the feeling you will get when this happens. And just stay in that feeling. And you can open your eyes in the knowing that you just made this happen. Whenever you doubt yourself, just close your eyes, find that feeling in your body. Yeah, I still have it. And just embody that feeling. Frequency embodiment is the final key of the process. Just stay in that feeling long enough so that the universe just collapses on its own, and just like if you have seen Inception, you know what I mean. Let the world just turn around, so you can finally have everything you want. And that is what I did, basically, to get big results very fast. Yeah. Great book, by the way. Would really recommend you read it. Not that it's the basis of my practice and coaching, because I coach business people, so there's a lot more to it than just Neville stuff. But Neville is so great and so wonderful, and he's so poetic. Yeah, really recommend it. Talk soon. Get out of here. Bye.